Over to Toronto. Daniil Henry, Nabel Okello, Alex Bono, Achara, and Quentin Westberg all out. Femi Antonoglu, excuse me, who was on loan from TFC2, has had his contract picked up. So clearly they want to keep him in the mix, another youth player that they're going to try and work through the ranks. With Jonathan Osorio and Chris Mavinga both being out of contract, however, they will be attempting to bring them back. They're in contract negotiations. Obviously, Jonathan Osorio, a starter for the men's national team in Canada, you can't forget about him. Leave him off to the side, and Chris Mavinga, a staple of that back line for the last couple of years now. Now, what does that mean? I don't know if you put a lot of I don't know if you put too much into that based off of this season, but at 31, he still has a little bit to give, and he can be a mentor for those coming in. So I don't mind that. They needed a new goalkeeper. Um, Westberg has had a good run, but he's 36 now. He's on the way the wrong side of 30. Alex Bono was okay, but I think it's time to move on from him. Um, and those, I believe, to my knowledge, are the only two goalkeepers they use this year. So it'll be a brand new guy in the back, and I think it's time for that. Um, Achara never really got going. I believe he was coming off of injury, 15 sub appearances, 0 goals, 1 assist. Um, in a very packed attacking front now with Insigne, Bernadeschi, um, Jesus Jimenez doing very, very well. Tough to get in that group and probably second or third man down. Daniil Henry coming off an injury again. Probably looking to revamp that back line, starting with him. I don't know how bad that injury would have been, but um, obviously that's tough. But you got Crescito who's come back. Um, excuse me, I hit the wrong button. Crescito who's come back. Obviously Mavinga they're working on bringing back. And then you've got the young guys, Luke McNaughton, who I think is primed to be a starter next year. Shane O'Neill, players like that that'll be in the running for those spots. So he was excess baggage, and it was time to move him on. The one that kind of shocked me the most was Nabella Kello. The dude's a monster in midfield. I really thought he could have been converted better to a center back based off of the way that he played. I thought that's probably and whatever team he ends up on, I wouldn't be shocked if that's a move for them. But the dude's a monster in midfield, but he never really got the time to show what he could do. Um, but I thought he had the potential to break through there. I know he was in the Canadian youth system for a while, so that's really the only one that shocked me there. I'd like to see a team try and pick him up, throw him in USL for a couple of years. 'Cause he is still only 22. Throw him in USL for a couple of years, allow him to um, get himself to a level where he's comfortable as a center back and let it fly. The Aaron Long experience, if you will.
I can't believe how long you just waffled on about Toronto there. That was that was crazy long.
You're welcome.
Let me summarize this for you. I feel like pretty quick. The only move on this list that I would end up finding surprising is if Jonathan Osorio doesn't get re-signed. I think the guys that they released are going to find new homes in the league. I would be shocked if Alex Bono, Quentin Westberg, Daniil Henry, Okello just don't end up some on another team, whether they're starting or just a depth piece. But for Toronto to not bring back someone like Jonathan Osorio, who's been with the team for so long and is producing for them, I mean, he had good numbers last year from when he was getting game time. So that's the only move that I think would be surprising if they don't bring him back. But the rest, not too surprising to me.
Hey, I like to give detail on my decisions and thought process. Okay.
Well, we're gonna be here for 3 hours if we do that. We have 30 teams in this
We
league.
don't talk enough anyway. It's no problem.
Who says we don't
Um,
talk enough? Who you did
me,
you say that?
me.
Yes, no surprise.
So one of the things I will say, if we are missing players as we go on to now our thoughts of the people who haven't had made decisions yet. If we are missing a player from the group, allow it. Um, Transfer market isn't perfect. We love them, but they're not perfect. Um, for example, I'm looking at Red Bull here. Aaron Long is out of contract at the end of the season, which is soon, and they say his contract runs to 26. So um, nobody's perfect. We got to work it again and again till we get it right.